Hello, this is the Turkic Migrations. The Turkic peoples, not to be confused with the Turkish people of the Republic of Turkey, although they themselves are Turkic, are a collection of ethnic groups defined by the Turkic language family, one of the world's major language families. They number over 170 million people and live across a vast area, from the Yakut in Siberia, the Uyghurs in northwest China, otherwise known as the Uyghurs in English, the Kazakhs, the Kyrgyz, Turkmen, and Uzbeks in Central Asia, and most numerously, the Azerbaijanis and Turks themselves in Anatolia. It should be noted that while Mongols and Turkic peoples lived and interacted with each other for millennia, they do not belong to the same language family. However, they may share a common linguistic origin. In short, they are distinct ethnic groups and should not be conflated. While the exact origin of the Turkic peoples is a point of contention, we know that they originated somewhere near modern-day Western Mongolia or southwestern Siberia, near the Altai Mountains. Phonological evidence of certain topographical features of the northern Eurasian Greenbelt, a forest zone stretching from the Japanese archipelago to northern Europe, is present in the reconstructed Proto-Turkic language, features that do not exist in drier and unforested steppe regions. One of the first recorded examples of a unified Turkic polity is the Xiongnu, whose exonym is given by the ancient Chinese, who regarded them as barbarians. However, the Xiongnu Confederation was, quote, likely established by non-Turkic speaking peoples and presumably united ethnically diverse tribes, end quote. Some posit that Turkic migrations may have begun during the Xiongnu era, but stronger written historical evidence doesn't come until the 5th century from Byzantine sources. The cause of the migration was gradual and had several origins, but most fascinating among them was the political pressure from both China and their nomadic cousins, the Mongols. Conflicts with the Mongols displaced the Turkic tribes westward as the two groups fought for control over the Orkhan steppe, prime pastureland in the region. Ecological necessity also facilitated the migration, as they needed better grazing lands for their livestock. Migration across the grassland steppe was easy for the nomadic Turkic peoples, which is indicated by the prevalence of domestic animals, especially horses, in the lexicon of Proto-Turkic. On the other hand, the migration was bound by the Mongols, who forced them out to the east, the Tian Shan, Pamir, and Hindu Kush mountains to the south, and finally the Urals to the west. However, they did manage to push through the Elburz mountains of northern Iran and conquered cities in Iran starting in the 5th century. In the lands they migrated to, especially more settled places as they moved into Persia, the Turkic people were seen as barbarians once more. Quote, where the Islamic world adjoined with the Eurasian steppe, on the borders of Iran and the Muslim-ruled lands of Central Asia, nomad Turks were familiar. Stereotypes of their uncouthness were deeply entrenched in Arabic literature, even before the Seljuk incursions. End quote. But once the Turkic people switched from being nomadic migrants from the east to being incredibly successful conquerors under the Seljuk Empire, their reputation as nomadic foreigners vanished. These new sedentary empires also converted to Islam at this time, their leaders becoming sultans, which would continue with the Ottomans. The Turkic migrations are already ancient history, and the Turkic diaspora is well established in their new lands. There are a multitude of Turkic countries across the Asian continent, where Turkic ethnicity makes up the majority of the population, as well as Turkic minority communities who are considered to be indigenous within certain regions in larger non-Turkic countries, such as Russia, China, and Iran. Over this long time, the languages have divulged as well, which you can see on this chart here. The Turkic migrations from the 5th to 16th centuries were long steppe migrations that left a rich history of people and languages in their wake, which we continue to discover to this day. Thank you for listening.